This segment of Delmarva Life is brought to you by For All Seasons Behavioral Health and Rape Crisis Center.
No matter what, you matter. 5 words that sound simple but pack a powerful purpose. Suicide is one of the leading causes of death here on the Eastern Shore and in the United States. And so the fight to keep folks here could not be more crucial.
Members of the team at For All Seasons brave this battle with folks each and every day. And we are joined this afternoon by CEO Beth Ann Langrel. She is here to tell us about an upcoming community conversation about suicide prevention. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you
It's
for
good to have
having
you.
me.
So, one of the leading causes of death. That is heartbreaking.
It's a statistic that we hear, and sometimes it's hard to take in, especially when we know it's the 3rd leading cause of death for people between the ages of 10 and 34.
Oh.
And so just exactly what you just did, sort of that taking that information in, it is something that affects us all. And so it really is something that's important we talk about.
Wow. How often do you work with folks at For All Seasons who are struggling with suicidal thoughts?
So we deal with it a lot. It is something that we do every day. We have over 40 clinicians at the agency, and so we have 20 crisis appointments a week that we hold across the 5 counties of the Mid-Shore to be able to make sure that folks who are feeling suicidal or who are really just struggling in a different kind of crisis. But I think the important piece is that at any point somebody's depression, anxiety, life events, stress, the struggle, we've talked about COVID so much over this last year. Something could be that tipping point that moves someone to a place of, I just can't see the hope. And that's the thing that we really work on at For All Seasons, is saying life is better with you here. No matter what is going on, no judgment. Our job is to allow you to live your best life, and we want you here, and we want you to help us help you find the hope.
So for someone who doesn't battle with those thoughts, who doesn't battle with the suicidal thoughts, or who doesn't know anybody that does, they're not really exposed to it. What do you think is the most difficult thing for them to understand?
I think the difficult piece is the why behind it. Or, you and I can sit here, and Lisa and I can sit here and say, well, of course I want to be here tomorrow. There's so much to live for. But when someone reaches a point where they can't see the hope in tomorrow, and they can't see that there's more to live for, sometimes our brains have a difficult time, our hearts have a difficult time understanding that. And so we can't always get to the why, and we can't always get to the solution, but what we need to be doing is asking the questions of what's happening for you. And so many times in conversations in the community, people will say to me, you really want me to ask someone if they're feeling suicidal? And my answer is always yes. You don't have to solve the problem, but we have to start to have these conversations. We have to start to open up the dialogue so that people can say, I'm not doing okay. And our response can be as simple as, I have no idea what to say, but I'm so glad that you told me. Let's start to figure this out.
Yeah. Life is better with you here, the name of a community conversation. What can folks expect?
So we're going to be doing a community conversation. It's myself and our Chief Clinical Officer, Lisa Lee, at the agency. And Bruce Grove from Queen Anne County Television will be moderating a discussion about skills and tools and how to have these conversations. We used to talk about mental health diagnosis, and now really what I'm trying to help people focus on is mental health symptoms, because we've all experienced a mental health symptom since COVID started, and many of us experienced those before, but we just didn't have a name and we couldn't put words to it. And so this conversation is really about helping people feel comfortable entering into a conversation and just being able to have some tools and some words to be able to open up a dialogue with someone in our life who might be struggling.
So, community conversation. Give us the wheres and the whens.
So it's at the Avalon Theater on Wednesday, October 5th at 7 p.m. And that's in Easton, but it's also being Facebook live streamed. So you could be here in Salisbury and you could also be a part of our conversation that night. There's also live interaction chat. So as we are doing our discussion, our team at For All Seasons is sending us those questions so that you can be a part of it, whether you're in person or whether you attend virtually.
Beth Ann Langrel, For All Seasons, thank you so much.
Thank you.